All right, well, hello everyone, and welcome to this DevOps workflow demo. My name is Seth DeLand, and I'm here today to walk you through an example of predicting battery state of health. In this example, we have a fleet of electric buses, and we want to do a better job of predicting when the batteries on that fleet of electric buses need replacing. We get telemetry data from these buses, things like current, voltage, temperature, and other signals, and we want to use that telemetry data to predict the state of health. Now, I've already done a lot of work in building this system, but I want to show you the current state. Here, I have my main function in MATLAB for predicting the battery state of health. I recently discovered that I wanted to update this function to make sure that the state of health values never came back greater than 1. The 1 represents a perfectly healthy battery. So I'm going to make a small change to my code and make sure that we just never return a value greater than 1 for the state of health. I'm going to save that. I'm going to run my tests locally to make sure that it passes my local tests. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to go over to my project and we're going to submit our changes. So we'll just put a comment there so people know what we did, and we'll go ahead and push changes. Now, my project is connected to a GitHub repository. So if we go over to GitHub and we look at let's look at the code, we can see we just sent this change in, cap the state of health to 1. Now in GitHub, we're also making use of actions. This is where we have our CI/CD, or continuous integration, continuous deployment pipeline. So as soon as my change reached the version control system, you can see that this run kicked off. And what this is going to do is a number of steps. I'm using the MATLAB build tool here to automate testing, packaging, and deployment of my MATLAB code to run in our production system. So I can drill into this. I can see that we're doing setting up of the MATLAB environment right now, and we have a number of other steps that we're going to run in our pipeline. All right, so fast forward a few minutes, my CI/CD pipeline has completed building, and my MATLAB code was copied over to the production system where it is now running. Now, one of the things that my MATLAB code does is it posts results to a monitoring service so that we can visualize them on a dashboard. So I am going to sign into that dashboard. Here is a view of that dashboard, and I can see my system running. Here, let's make this a little bit faster refresh. Just do the last 15 minutes. And I can see the battery state of health estimates from this system starting to come in. All the analytics in this system are back-ended by MATLAB code. All I had to do was make a push to that GitHub repo, and everything got propagated through into my production system. So let's take a look at how we build such a system. We started with a pretty standard MATLAB workflow. We loaded in historical data from our batteries. We used the Diagnostic Feature Designer app from Predictive Maintenance Toolbox to convert the raw sensor data into useful features. And then we trained machine learning models using the Regression Learner app. There were two key artifacts that came out of this process. One was MATLAB code for doing frequency and time domain feature extraction of the raw sensor data into useful features. And then the second were the actual machine learning models that predict the state of health of the battery. So once we had these artifacts, we needed to integrate them into our production system. We worked with our colleagues in IT to define an architecture and understand how MATLAB would be connected in. We chose MATLAB Production Server as our hosting environment to run the MATLAB algorithms in production. This would enable us to keep up with the large number of requests and the data streaming in from our fleet of buses. Our source code is contained on GitHub, and as we already saw, we use that Git repo along with GitHub Actions to do CI/CD and push new versions of our application to the production system. In order to run on the streaming data coming from the fleet of batteries, we needed to connect MATLAB up to Kafka. This is the messaging service that brings the telemetry data from the buses into our cloud-based system. And so we used the MATLAB Production Server Kafka connector to connect MATLAB to that. And then we needed to make the metrics coming out of our system, the state of health estimates, available to different business users. So we exported those to a monitoring service called Prometheus, and then we exposed those through the dashboard so that people can view the status. One other thing that's worth noting about our system is we knew that we wanted to have a way of keeping track of the data that was used to build these machine learning models. So we use a time series database to archive the historical data that we've used for training, as well as to store production data that's streaming through our system so that we can build the next greatest version of our models. So let's take a look at the MATLAB code to see how it connects to these various components. This is our predict state of health function that is our main workhorse on the production system. It receives observations. This is the telemetry data coming in for the system. There's some buffering that's done to make sure we have enough data to do feature extraction. Then we call our diagnostic features function. This is the code that was generated from our predictive maintenance capabilities to convert the raw observational data into features for machine learning. We load in our machine learning model and use it to make predictions. After we have those predictions, we write out the results, and we also archive our data in the database. So that's it, a pretty simple high-level MATLAB function that connects our advanced algorithms with the rest of our production system. There's one more thing I want to point out about using these machine learning models in production. The data that we trained on our models on comes from a particular distribution where we originally had our data from. But what happens if our models in production are used in different places, like maybe places where the temperature data is drastically different from where we originally collected our data? In the machine learning community, this is known as data drift, and it can be a big problem because you don't really understand how your machine learning model is going to perform when it experiences data outside of its training distribution. So to deal with this, we added a drift detection analytic that runs in our system alongside the state of health prediction. We use the detect drift function from Statistics and Machine Learning Toolbox to test and see are any of our features drifting. And if there has been a drift, what we do is we set alarms or alerts in the dashboard so that people can understand alerts that drift has happened, and we should go look at our models. Combined, the state of health prediction and drift detection form the heart of this production system for battery state of health estimation. In creating such a system, we were able to incorporate some familiar MATLAB capabilities like predictive maintenance and drift detection into an operational system back-ended by MATLAB Analytics. We also integrated MATLAB with a bunch of different operational systems like data sources and dashboards, and we translated those integrations from the desktop to cloud servers. A key component in enabling this whole system is automatically build, testing, packaging, and deploying MATLAB code through the CI/CD system. I hope you enjoyed the demo.